Good evening, everyone. What a historic evening here at Madison Square Garden. I am honored to present MVP with a new Guinness World Record title. Championship belts contested on a single fight card. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. Look at that, man. 4 years in, and we got our own Guinness World Record. Amanda Serrano already has her own Guinness World Record, so we're glad to join her. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Jake Paul, we shot for songs. Oh, great show tonight. So Amanda, she tried her best. You can get on the game, though. It's a box. That makes you lose. Nobody lost tonight. Nobody lost. First of all, we want to thank Madison Square Garden for their partnership. An unbelievable journey with them, starting in 2022, to calling them 6 months ago and saying we want to do an all-women's card, and they jumped right in. And even though many within the boxing landscape, including Eddie Hearn, have said, why would you do an all-women's card? It doesn't work. Guess what? It fucking worked. Right? We saw unbelievable talent out there, fight after fight, and we were honored to be working with these athletes. Sold out, 19,721 people in attendance, a gate of $2.63 million. The biggest gate of any boxing event headlined by two women. And this is an all-women's card. So let's hear it for Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, and all the other amazing athletes on this card. Twice, double the gate of Taylor Serrano 1. That's how far they've come. Amanda said to us, you guys have changed my life. I'm forever grateful. But the reality is, she's changed our life. We started in this business less than 4 years ago, and we had a vision for women's boxing, and she's the trailblazer that helped us achieve it to be at this point here today. Her and Katie obviously have played a role together. That's a 115-pound woman who's fought at 126 for most of the past 3 years, coming up to 136 pounds to fight Katie Taylor and putting on an incredible show every time. So let's hear it for Amanda Serrano, please. Now to the face of boxing. Please, Mr. J. Paul, go ahead.
No, it's incredible. We got a Guinness World Record. I used to fake these on my YouTube videos, acting like I won like 20 of them. So no, I'm just happy to be here, and it was an incredible night all the way through. We made history, broke numbers, and this is what MVP's done in just 4 years, less than 4 years of us two, and just doing it really ourselves. And it's just a testament to what we're capable of, but it's really the women at the end of the day and the rest of our fighters, and just them continuing to put on amazing performances. And I just, after every fight, I just kept on, saying to myself, I was like, dude, this is why women's boxing is on top. I'm more entertained watching all these fights tonight than multiple other promotional events from our competitors.
You kept saying it's like you just don't get
from this year. Boxing. So just a credit to the women, and just an honor to be here and just to continue to break records.
A lot of great fights, a lot of debate between Jake, myself, and Lilo on the performance bonus. I think there's an argument to be made that the money should be split. There's an argument to be made that this person or that person won, but ultimately, when we sat back and looked at it, who was the biggest underdog, who was taking on the biggest challenge, and who surprised people the most. Congratulations to the sweet Terminator, Shadeja Green, winning $250,000. I still want you to sleep in cotton sheets, though, because those silk sheets make you a little lazy sometimes, Shadeja. Get up here, girl. Let's try it with us, please. That's how.
So what you gonna buy?
I don't live like that. I told you, I'll get beyond my means. And like I said, I'm gonna relocate my wife to my family. to a better neighborhood so we can be safe before I get kidnapped. That's it. Maybe take my nieces and nephews to the water park. Do something for my mom and pops. But I got you, Coach. I hear y'all. See y'all looking. No, I'm just blessed and honored, man. Going into tonight, I meant everything I said this week. In camps, really been different these last couple of camps. Dealing with, my coach has been sick, in and out, and we showed up together as a unit today, and we displayed greatness. And shout out to Savannah Marshall. She was a tough cookie, man. She caught me with a good shot too. Buckled my left leg. I ain't never been hit like that before, but I'm just honored to be here today and be victorious. Thanks to the man upstairs, and thanks to these two fellas for making this happen. Katie and Amanda, for real.
Yeah, ultimately, the way we looked at it is there was a lot of good fights, but really when you looked at Shadeja and Savannah and Katie and Amanda, those were very, very close fights from our perspective that you didn't know what was going to happen from an MVP perspective in our mind. So congratulations, and we got some big things coming.
Word.
Big things coming.
Word. Go, Shadeja. Word.
Andreas here on ESPN. Jake, when I talked to you about a week ago, you said this is the time for everybody to have the spotlight, everybody gets the opportunity to show out on this card. How great is it that the first woman you signed, Shadeja Green, well, the second woman you signed, Shadeja Green, is the one that had the performance of the night bonus?
No, it's absolutely amazing. She's a legend, and she went out there and performed in the biggest moment yet. And we're just so honored that we've been with her, rocking with her for a while now. And she believed in us, and we just continue to prove ourselves as promoters.
Look, people say MVP, yeah, they signed Amanda Serrano, but she was already, a 7 division champion, fighting for over 12 years. But we believed in Shadeja Green, and we thought she could become champion. And she had a loss and came back and became the WBO champion. And tonight, she became the unified champion and proved everybody wrong.
Shadeja, I want to follow that up. Coming off the Franchon Cruz decision loss, you seemed really dejected. It was a tough fight. How did you pull yourself together and perform as well as you did tonight? It seemed like you just took it to another level.
Put a stomp and do fall.
I did that. I had to go back to the drawing board to get my mental together. This game is definitely like 95% mental. If your mental ain't intact, then, like I said, if this is hitting, this is clicking, it's working. So that's what I did. I went back to the drawing board, got myself together, reunited with my coaches, and just try to show up and be a better person. And self-belief. It's funny, I was watching Jake fight Chavez last week. He said it in the ring, and I shook my head. I was sitting in front of the TV, and he just kept saying self-belief, self-belief, self-belief. And I think that's what's been missing from my career for a long time. Sometimes I'm hard on myself, and I don't always believe. But today I believe, and I've been believing all camp. I kept saying, I'm gonna beat this girl. I kept saying that. So,
Congratulations. Last question to all three of you. The elephant in the room is obvious for Shadeja. A fight with Clarissa Shields would be huge for boxing. Obviously, she is not within Most Valuable Promotions, but is that a fight that you guys would like to make next?
I mean, I would love to fight Clarissa Shields. Of course, I want to go and rest or whatever, but I think that's the fight to be made. Clarissa Shields.
She gonna beat the fuck out of her.
It's we got a heavy stable over here, and it's a couple of people that can go up against Clarissa Shields that got the skills. But Savannah told me something today. I don't know if I should share it, but I ain't gonna share it. But she said to me today, which I didn't even realize that she might have had noticed, but she said you need to have more belief in yourself. She said I've never been in a ring with somebody like you that hit as hard as you do. She said, I've been in the ring with her, and she said, you could take her out. And I'm like, damn, hearing that from Savannah. And Savannah could punch, too. I'm not sitting up here making it seem like that was a tough fight. So I would love to fight Clarissa Shields. And when the time comes and it's big, let's do it.
For sure.
Kevin Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican KKG. I just wanted to follow up on that, Shadeja. I actually caught up with Clarissa after the fight, and I asked her about your performance, what she thought, and if she wanted to fight you. She not only said that she wanted to fight you, she said she was willing to fight you next, and that she'd be willing to do any sort of business with MVP. So how likely is that to be the next fight? Nikki Sergey?
I mean, it's really up to the fighters, right? We have a ton of respect for Clarissa, regardless of the bullshit that goes back and forth on both sides. She's a great fighter. She's very accomplished. She's a great show person, actually, right? She's her own marching band in many ways, grabs attention, and that's needed in the sport. It really is. So we respect that. If Shadeja wants to do it, Jake and I are 100% down to do it, right?
Do it. Let's do
So-
a contract. Let's do it.
Jake, what do you think?
Oh yeah, let's get it. Let's do it. You know,
Barclays
business is
No?
business, and that's one of the biggest fights that can be made in boxing. So we're here to do that. That's what we do at MVP. The name speaks for itself, and we're ready.
Maybe don't get down the court like they keep in the clubs.
Hey guys, Ryan.
Well,
Warren.
that's the sorry. What was that?
They put that on the corporate.
No, that's a headline event, my man. This is MVPW, MVP women.
Love that shit.
That's what
Honestly,
that
it's
is.
a bigger fight than those two. To be
Yeah.
honest, in my opinion.
Like that's a moment again where you're gonna have some of the top female killers in the world
No one really knows who Crawford is, to be honest.
outside of hardcore boxing.
I think my mom has more followers than him on Instagram. I'm not even kidding.
Hey guys, Ryan Warren, Fox News. Congrats on a great night with Red Jersey. I asked this half-heartedly for interview too, to Keith and Jake want to answer this. Obviously, Amanda's a great face for you guys. Is there any regret to not signing Katie to a deal with MVP?
It's not really an option to sign her. I think she's experienced working with us now 2 times in a row, and I'm confident if the right opportunity comes up, she's going to continue to work with us. But I also respect that she's very loyal and has worked with Matchroom for a number of years, and she has to balance that relationship.
Hey guys, congratulations on a great night. So I actually had a question for Jake Paul. Current thoughts right now, from a professional level, growing this sport and actually growing this brand, and an entire fight card full of women that tore the house down, but also in your personal life, some news actually leaked out, some good doings that you did. Do you care to elaborate what your thoughts are right now and how you feel?
What?
Yeah, so actually it leaked out about Ben Askren, what was going on.
Look, we just pray for Ben to get better. What Jake has done for many people is unbelievable at his age of 28. He was putting a belt, right, on a number of fighters' waists today at age 28. Who else is doing that in the sport? In any sport. Who's lifting the trophy? There's no promoter like him. And what he does in terms of charitable contributions, what he does in terms of boxing bullies, what he does for other athletes. There's times when there's news of some athlete being sick or needing help in the UK, and he hits me up and he's like, hey, let's help this person out. And I say, okay, no problem. Take his money, sure. So let's hear it for Jake Paul, please. I mean, he has his bad days too, but he's an amazing guy.
Hey guys, congratulations, Rodrigo Del Boico, Bonita Radio, Puerto Rico. 2 questions. Number 1, Amanda Serrano has said before that she might be in the last years of her career, in her boxing fighter career. There are a couple of fighters that you've signed, like Cristal Rosado, Elise Soto, and Yanquiel Rivera. What are the plans with the new breed of Puerto Rican athletes and Puerto Rican boxers in the next couple of years?
Yeah, there's so much amazing talent. Like it's incredible, and we're just working with Amanda Serrano behind the scenes, as well as Jordan Maldonado, to just continue to curate all the best Puerto Rican fighters. And so the roster continues to grow. More Puerto Rico events to come, and I think the fighters speak for themselves and continue to dominate and have amazing performances.
I mean, look, it starts with Jake and his love for Puerto Rico. I asked him on Monday night, we had dinner, I said, when you're done with boxing, you still want to live in Puerto Rico? He said, absolutely, man. I feel at home there. I feel at peace there. So Puerto Rico is very important to MVP. He is El Gallo de Dorado. And Amanda Serrano is, the chairwoman of MVPW when she retires. So she should take some time, enjoy being the highest paid female athlete in history. And then we'll sit down with her and Jordan and figure out the continued Puerto Rican expansion and what's next for her.
Okay, I have one last question, and it has to do with the protection of women in boxing, and like you guys have invested in women's boxing. And I've talked to a couple of people around during this week, and the issue or the theme about the ring girls in an all-female fighting card. And
You want ring boys?
sexualization of women.
You want ring
Well, a
boys?
couple of people have said that why don't have boys or none of any of them at all. But I wanna bring to the attention the conversation of
Next question, please.
Just another question, Kevin Garcia, the Puerto Rican KKG.
If
Jay,
anybody wants to submit an application to be a ring boy to MVP, send it to that young man.
Send it to fucking Kamala Harris.
my question is for Jake Paul. Jake, obviously, you don't seem like you feel the best right now, dejected. I know you're upset with Amanda's loss. I want to know what your thoughts are on the game plan. Were you shocked by the game plan?
No, I'm having a great night. I don't know what you're talking about. It could have gone either way, yeah, to be honest. I mean, the fights have been all very, very close, and I'm just proud of the women in general. I think that's what I said to them in the ring. I said everybody won tonight, and women's boxing, MVP, all these people here, and I think we pretty much won every fight on the card. So there's so much amazing talent coming up. Alicia, Ellie Scott, Sugar Neeks. So it was just overall a win, and I'm just super proud to be a part of this. But it's really just all credit to them. I just continue to shine my spotlight on all of these amazing women.
Yeah, I mean, look, from top to bottom, we're so proud of every fighter on this card, MVP or not. But Tam came out and did what Tam does. Congratulations to Tam on another dominant performance. Ramla Ali came back after 13 months against a very tough game opponent and put on a great show, and we're proud of her. Obviously, Chantel Cameron, an extremely difficult fight week. She was in a hotel room at Heathrow for 3 days waiting to depart. She was on a plane on Wednesday night. So the jet lag hasn't at all adjusted, and she came in and took on a very tough opponent. Alicia Baumgartner told me how tough Jessica was, and Chantel showed out. I mean, that's a world-class athlete right there. It was unbelievable. And then, look, shout out to Sharetta Metcalf to get to where she got to. She signed to MVP. She will be fighting with us again. And Sugar Neeks made history as the first Australian male or female undisputed champion. And my wife is Australian, so I'm super proud. And then you look at the main card, and look, we kept saying Ellie Scottney is the most talented fighter in the UK under the age of 30. And she looked unbelievable out there against a very, very tough opponent in Yamalith. And then the rest of the card, obviously Shadeja and Savannah both signed to MVP, put on a spectacular show, and we believed she ultimately won the performance bonus. Alicia was fighting Jennifer Miranda, who was coming up from 126, but Jennifer looked like a much bigger fighter in that ring. It was kind of surprising, and look, Alicia dominated as we expected that she would. And then Amanda and Katie followed a new game plan and a new strategy, and they really showed the world what skill is and boxing is, right? Someone sent me a message and said, are they being hesitant? I said, no, they're just not brawling. That's all it is, and I think it was an impressive display. So with that, Jake and I are gonna step out, maybe spend 5 minutes with the new unified champion, and then we'll continue to get the rest of the fighters up here. Thank you, guys.
Hey,